All right, so we're live. Welcome everyone to yet another session of Commudle Developer Networks. Today we have Utsab Shukla, who was a participant and a mentor of Google Cloud Code in the past, and he'll be sharing you insights about a guide for creating your GSoC proposals for 2022 and the years to come. He'll also be sharing with you with insights about how to curate your GSoC proposal around the project and what sort of details has to be given in the proposal itself, and also we'll be sharing some templates that he has worked on previously and also have gained success from, right? So yes, Utsav, over to you. You can carry forward the session. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll just share my screen. Is it visible? I think it is visible. Yeah, so yeah, like before starting, we have like five participants here, four participants. So how many of you are like uh, giving a proposal this time? Can we like put it in chats maybe? Okay, CNCF. Good. I think only one. Okay, customer. Okay, so yeah, we'll like keep it interactive. So I'll just begin for now. Yeah, so little about myself. So currently I'm working as software engineer at Skit AI. Some of you may know it as Vernacular AI, its previous name. And I did Google Summer of Code as contributor in 2019 and served as mentor in 2020 and 2021. Yeah, so I did GSoC in Aussie organization, that is Australian Open Source Software for Innovation and Education, and my project was Social Street Smart. So yeah, so it was Social Street Smart is actually a Chrome extension that helps you flag clickbait and hate speech on the internet on various websites. And we also try to create the data set for research problems for these problems for hate speech and clickbait. Yeah, so if you're interested, you can surely check it out. Uh, yeah, so so I won't discuss much in detail about the project since we will be digressing from the topic. So we'll just like discuss normal GSoC stuff in this uh, presentation. Yeah, so I think since you are applying in GSoC and it's already like April, I think most of us are already aware of Google Summer of Code. But yeah, it is like an open source program that is funded by Google, in which organizations request for funding uh, to fund the developers to contribute in their projects, and what it is, what Google benefit, what are the Google benefits from it is like to promote the open source culture, and some of the projects that are developed in this program are actually used by Google. So there's one project like Carbon Footprint under Aussie only. It is currently used by Google. So yeah, Google also benefits from funding these type of programs. Yeah. So these are like the stages of the process. So how you can get into this program. So first would be like pre-GSoC skill development. This is like a normal your skill advancement, like developing the coding skills and development skills, trying to learn different frameworks and languages according to the projects or of your choice or projects of your interest. And then is like searching and selecting an organization. This is also a crucial step because around 150 organizations participate in this program. So it is important to shortlist two or three organizations and to contribute to it. And then is like start contributing to the project. This is starting contributing to the project and proposal are like the main two things here. Both carry the weightage of like 50-50%. So if you have like a good number of PRs in the project of your choice and your proposal is also strong, and you have very good chances to get into the program. Yeah, so before we go into these points in detail, so any questions or any queries or like any general comment? Okay, so your mentor has not responded back. Yeah, so yeah, so it happens actually because mentors are not full-time mentors. They are like just volunteering for the organization. So it can be like they must be busy. So your best bet is like keep pestering them, keep emailing them. That would be your best bet. But yeah, usually this doesn't happen. And if your mentor is not responding, then try to reach out to other people in the organization or in the or. So is it like a public chat or are you doing it on email? Okay. I think I'll just continue. Yeah, so we'll go to each of these stages one by one. So first is like pre-GSoC skill development. So these three are like the most essential, and I think even without GSoC, every developer should know. So one first is like the coding, like develop stuff for the fun of it. So before you like go trying to contribute to these organizations, have some projects of your own that you develop for fun. For example, like if you want to like contribute to a Django project, then try making a project on Django of your own. And similarly that goes to other stack also. For example, if you want to get into some ML related organization, then have some ML projects and try to learn concepts in detail. Next is like Git. This is also like very essential. All organizations use some sort of version control. So yeah, Git is also essential. Linux is not like very hard necessity because you can develop stuff on Windows also, but uh, it is like a personal choice. Linux is like more preferred for development, and some projects are actually only work on Linux also. Only, for example, there is like a open post project which only works on Linux. So yeah, that so Linux is like, if you know Linux well, you have advantage. And another skill that is not mentioned here is like communication. So like be familiar with different communication channels. So most of the organization use Gitter, Rocket Chat, and IRC. Some old organizations still use IRC, and some use mailing list, normal Gmail mailing list. So yeah, so try to stay active there. Try to discuss your ideas with other contributors. So communication skills are also important apart from these technical skills. Yeah, so these were like the first step, pre-GSoC preparation. Next, when you think that you have some coding experience and you are comfortable working on big projects, not big projects, even like small projects also. Some projects are very small, and some projects are in very nascent stage. So those are very easy to get into. So these are things that one should keep in mind while selecting an organization. So yeah, so my preference is that one should start shortlisting organization by January, and people start as early as October. So mm, जितना जल्दी उतना अच्छा है इसमें, like, so it is like good to start shortlisting early. So yeah, and while choosing an organization, keep two things in your mind. First is your skill set, and another is your interest. So skill set can be like, since suppose you know, like I know ki, मुझे Python आती है, then I will only focus on Python organizations. But another approach can be that I care about some problem. For example, I care about some environmental problem or aerospace problem or some digital processing, signal processing problem, but I am not really familiar with the tech stack. So this is also good because if you're interested in the core topic, then you can always learn the skill set for it. So these should be like two approaches while selecting an organization. And after like shortlisting based on these two uh, parameters, shortlist one or two organization at max. Like some people like contribute in 4 or 5 projects at once. That I don't prefer because stay razor focused on one project, and if you find two projects of your interest, then you can submit proposal for two also, but not more than two. Two is like a good amount. Yeah, so next is like once you have shortlisted two or like one organization, start contributing to their project and interacting on their channel, public channel. So this can be started by tinkering. So tinkering like clone the project on your local and play around with it. Try to find bugs in it, and when you think that you found some bugs or you think some additions are required in the project, or you think that you have if there is any open issue you can work on, then start interacting with the contributors and mentors, and based on those discussions open the PRs for a problem. So PRs from can be from as little as a readme change or like adding a new feature. So yeah, even like a spelling correction is encouraged in all the projects. So yeah. Any questions so far? Like, or like, yes, I'm unable to merge up here. Yeah, so that will be merged by your mentor only. You cannot merge the peer, of course. So yeah, for merging the peer, try to like uh, be in touch with the mentor, and if the mentor is not merging a PR, then ask that what I need to do to get it merged. So I am sure that he will be helpful. He or she will be helpful. Yeah, please share a template. Yeah, I will at the end of this presentation. I will share the templates. I have 3 templates. So, okay. Yeah, like now, like preparing the proposal. I think most of us are for this only. Yeah. Yeah, so points to keep in mind, like submit the first draft early. This is like the very, I would say this is the most important point. So because some of us think that I will submit the first draft late because I want to make it perfect. Because but the perfect doesn't exist. So it is like encouraged to submit your first draft early and get in like in the eyes of your mentor, because if you submit it early, then a mentor will always keep you in the mind that yeah, this was the first proposal that I got, and and will respond to you uh, appropriately. So and you are like allowed to submit like multiple drafts for the project and get it reviewed by the mentor, so make use of it. So try to submit the first draft early and then get it reviewed, then after uh, make the changes as suggested by our mentors, then again put it for the review. So after this to and fro, you at the end of like the review period, your proposal will be very polished and and will be the same as expected by the mentor. So this is like a good thing to submit the first draft early. And another thing is, don't just talk in air uh, like uh, that I would do this, I would do this. try to communicate how you will do this. And the best thing to show it is by including the proof of concepts, code snippets, and design diagrams in your proposal as much as you can. So yeah, this is like very helpful. For example, I have seen the proposals where uh, contributors have made the POCs for all the features they want to add to the project. So this is like a very good advantage, and it gives the perception that the contributor is very well versed with the project and exactly know what he is trying to do. So yeah, this is very important. Include POCs as much as you can. Another thing is that give a realistic timeline and not like it is like good to overpromise, but don't overpromise a lot. Like you can overpromise like one or two features, but don't say that you would do 6 months work in 3 month period. It is not realistic, and it can be. And suppose even if your proposal gets selected, but it will backfire during the coding period. So yeah, try to keep your timeline realistic. And if the organization has a proposal template, then you must follow it because that is a necessity. And regarding the length of proposal, this is like an interesting question. So some organization have like a page limit, like 2 or 3 pages, or like 4. And some organization don't care. For example, Aussie don't care. You can submit as long as proposal. So for this, I would suggest that when you're making your first draft, try to make it as long as possible. Try to be as detailed as possible. And if your organization has some sort of like uh, page limit, then you can uh, try to move some stuff to other doc and reference it in your main doc, so that if your mentor wants to read it, then they will read it. Otherwise, they can just ignore. So yeah, that was regarding the length of the proposal. Yeah, so these are some good resources that if you so, but this is like if you're just starting the GSoC process, not if you are into the proposal stage. But yeah, these are some good resources for your GSoC journey. And these are like the GSoC proposals you can refer to. I would share this PPT with the organizers. They can share it with you, so you can refer to them. Yeah, I think that was it. I think uh, I can answer any question if you want. Okay, you want on the chat. So Dhruva Jyoti, so can I share the links on the chat or should I share it with you? Hello? Okay, wait, I'll just share this slideshow. Okay, I shared. Any other question or queries you guys have? Okay, I think we can close this session if you guys don't have any doubts.
Thank you so much. It will be great if you could just share the link with me,
Yeah, I
like
did. I did.
directly,
I
so that
did.
I could. All right,
I
perfect.
did
Thank you
on
so
the
much.
charter.
Okay, so we don't really see that anyone having any query as of now. Would you like to take the doubt of Anuj Sharma, where he just mentioned about not being able to connect back to the mentor? Like any suggestions to that you would like to give?
Yeah, like I said that if they are if the mentor is not responding, then try to communicate with other people in the organization. So this can be the admin or some other mentor. So they will get back. Some person would obviously get back if one person is not getting back. So that's not really a problem.
And I guess we also have the community channels of all the open source organizations, whether maybe a Slack chat where you can definitely communicate your point of view to the team, right? So yes, Anuj, you can also refer to that.
Yeah, yeah, you can
Uh,
put stuff on public channels.
yes, amazing then. Thank you so much, Utsav, for taking your time and hosting this session. I guess you have already shared a lot many insights to the team and the students over here, and they'll definitely get to a lot from this session and the resources that you have shared. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, great guys. Thank you. Bye.